thing.
What did he say?
Says he doesn't feel a thing.
In other words, it doesn't hurt a bit.
Oh, good, good.
How did it happen?
Silliest thing, he was in my uncle's pocket.
In his pocket? What were you doing in his pocket?
Well, I was just
going through the books. We know.
I'm a little dizzy. I better sit down.
Now, where do we want it?
Hi, welcome to Mamie's Place. And today we're going to take on a patron request, about core beliefs. And apparently there's someone out there teaching that there's these 6 core beliefs and you got to do all this stuff. And if you respond at all to anything, that's a trigger. Okay. And it's, basically worrying about the butterfly effect, and that's what that person's doing. Anyways, the question was about these core beliefs, and what this person was writing me about this, frankly, it was just, what? So, and I understand too, it can be confusing. It's that thin veil, okay, between the objective and the subjective. That's, the Bible refers to it as a veil. But that's what it is. You see it one way when you see it objectively, and then you remove the veil by seeing it subjectively. Now you can see both sides. Okay, you can see the whole. Now you're seeing 3D. Now you take it to 4D. Now, the fourth face of Brahma. It's the, now it's, no, I know it's not like that. I know it's like this. And then understanding there's only one consciousness here. And that if there's a judgment in there somewhere, you're going to be shown that judgment. Okay? So that's why things may not go the way you imagined. Okay? But it is in its own way. Okay? But they had to show you your belief. And that's so you'll look at it and change it. Are you really in 4D? Do you really live in this conscious state? Where you're one with the consciousness of all, because that's where you came out of. Everything came out of there. It all comes from the same place. Okay. We just landed in different spots and grew in different soil. We're just all beautiful. It's all beautiful and lovely. So it's recognizing the core belief is Adam's original sin, which was he had to know why. Why? He was given a mind, and he was tempted to know more. And he decided, okay, I'll go for that. And then he blamed the one who tempted the slave of slave, right? The divine love tempted her. Divine imagination, divine love tempted her. And she tempted him, and they ate. Story of Snow White. She ate that apple. Story of Sleeping Beauty. It's the same story. And this is the dream. You wake up when you stop judging and stop seeing victim bullies and others. Okay, the dream is there are others. That's the dream. We're all separate, But it's like a coral reef. There's only one coral reef, and inside that coral reef are blue corals and red corals and orange corals, yellow corals, all different kind of corals, blue, purple, you name it. There's color on the coral pink. I love that color, it's beautiful. But anyways, there's all these different colored corals, each one perfect in its own way. And together, they make the reef, and you don't complain that the water for the pink corals has a different mineral floating around than the ones a little further up that are in a little warmer water with a little different stuff going on that makes them purple. You just love the whole thing. Well, it's the same thing with humanity. Okay? You just love them. That's it. And that means each individual, everyone in your life. If you love you, then you love them too. That's why it's referred to a family. Because in a family, you may bitch and moan about your brother and sister, especially in your home. You may grab his hand and slap it. You may, tweak his chain, deliberately yank his chain, stir that pot, right, blah, blah, blah. But when somebody outside the family tries to do that, everybody gathers around and says, no, I don't think so. That's my little shit. You can't say anything about my little shit. He's magnificent. I'm the only one who gets to call him a little shit. I only do that when he's not thinking much. God. That's why it's referred to as a family. Because despite the fact you dislike the way others in your family may think, you still love them. What you're learning is that's just a perception. Okay? The father and mother, brothers and sisters that you have are not the same ones that everyone else has in the same family. Okay? There's only one core belief, that you are a victim or a bully to another, and that is others. There are others. There are no others. There's only one coral reef. There's only one humanity. And it's made up of individuals. That means whole and complete. Whole and complete. We call them people, but they're individuals. Whole and complete. Okay? And in the Bible, we're taught that we are the neurons in that guy's head, in humanity's head. Okay, we represent the thoughts and beliefs that we all have had. Okay, and it doesn't matter if I'm a baker. I can pick to believe in the objective side, and that it's going to be hard to open my own bakery. I'm not going to do that. I'll work for somebody else. And then I'm at their mercy. And even if I do open it, I'm at other people's mercy. I'm always seem to be at somebody's mercy, and I'm sick of being at people's. That's what you learn objectively. It doesn't matter. Pick a road. They all lead to the same end. Okay? That's the point. The end's been imagined. Now, if you go down the red brick road, the end is there's always somebody holding something over your head. And you're never free. And you die like a man. Okay? And if you go down the subjective road, then you live. Then you live life. You may have scary things jump out at you, but you know it's all good. Because you got God with you. And it's all good. He makes them go. And then when you stop believing in that stuff, they don't even pop out of there to come scare you anymore. Once you know you're the power, once you know all you have to do is close your eyes and say, there's no place like home, and tap your heels 3 times, and your shoes don't even have to be ruby red. Well, then you know. So, it's, man had to know. He agreed to do that. He agreed for them to come inside him. And we'll all work together as one. Okay? Instead of us being separate. So, okay. Big dive. So that's the one that's wrapped around your heart, is that victim bully others. And when you've ripped off all the other layers of your heart, pretty much is when you're led to these laws. Because that's the only way you're going to get rid of that last layer, is to rise up in consciousness. And that's the goal. That's evolution, is raising your consciousness to the next level. And then everything else changes. Everything else evolves. And it evolves around you. And the ancients knew this, and they lost the meaning along the way. And that's why, church leaders, etc., spiritual leaders, didn't have an answer to science when they came and said, well, look, we go around the sun. Yeah, the sun represents life, and God is life. Yeah. Yeah. So when you're starting to feel like a victim, or you're starting to feel like a bully, or it feels like it's just not harmonious, it's happening, it's not flowing, then it's time to tithe, if you haven't been doing that, and it's time to relax and tithe, and then just know, I forgive them for showing me that. I know they're not really like that. They're blameless. I'm blameless. Thanks for showing me how to really see that. Thank you for changing how I see it. And then let go. All things are possible with God. He's going to change your perception. He's been waiting for you to ask. And He's going to send it to you. And the more you come to Him and ask, the more He sends. The more you forgive, the more you keep Him awake all the time, the more you go to Him. This is all God. Go outside, sit down. But what the poop was that about, Pops? My goodness. That really yanked my chain. What's going on there? Why did that yank my chain? Because I'm tired of it. Sick of hearing that shit. And I forgive them for showing me the COVID. I do. But this got to stop. I don't like it. I don't like it. No. It's really good where I am. It's time for it to end everywhere, Come on. God is good. God is good. He makes it happen. Go. No. I'm not accepting what they're showing me. I don't believe that. And people can say I'm crazy all they want. I don't care. I know how this place works. I know who's in charge. I am. God, the consciousness in my heart. And my consciousness came out of His consciousness. So you know what? I think He knows what's best. Yeah, I do. I trust in God. I know He's the COVID. I know He's the vaccine. I don't give a shit what's going on out there. What I give a shit is that people believe that something like that could harm them. No. No, I forgive them for showing me that. And they're blameless. And I'm blameless. And that's it. It's done. It's forgiven and forgotten. And let's move on. Let's go have some fun. It's good dancing. So I hope this helps. There's only one core belief. I know. It's the law of one, man. And the one that you've wrapped around your heart when you ate that fruit. And that's judging. And judging comes from, God has sent life up into your subconscious, and you've decided that this, that, or the other means a good life. It means, this, that, or the other. And so those are the things you desire, the things you think will make you happy, and you will try to be happy going down the Rebuke road. And then you learn. And then you learn about these laws. And then you learn, oh, wait a minute. No, I know now. I love it all. I love it all. I don't care how bad you think you are. I know you're the cutest little bad guy ever. I mean, seriously. You didn't cry for the penguin, in Batman. Danny DeVito's penguin. He was just the best. He was. So, you gotta just, no, it's all good. It's all good. And that doesn't mean you take the bad with the good. You're not supposed to see it as bad at all. You don't go around saying, I am worthy. Of course you're worthy. You're the child of God. It's a feeling. You don't go around saying, I deserve it. Yeah, I know. Of course you deserve it. You're the child of God. It's a feeling. That indicates you don't feel that. So them saying that's a core belief, those are just layers of victim bullying. That's all it is. No. It's self-confidence. Belief in yourself, in your imagination, God in your heart. There's nothing that can stop you. That's it. If I imagine I will have something, God gives it to me. If I say I have something, God gives it to me. And a lot of people get lost in universal assumptions and their assumptions. And the law of polarity is one. There is no law of polarity. There's only one. Now it can be in unity, harmony, and love, whole and complete, or it can be dysfunctional and showing you the good and the bad, and the good and the bad, and the good and the bad instead. It's all good. So it's that kind of thing, so it's not a law at all. If you claim utter unchanging harmony, everything must be in harmony. Bam, done. There's no misunderstandings when you claim that. And no one's really nasty when you do that. Everybody understands each other. It's really nice. You should be claiming that. Every day. It's a good thing to claim. And you get that judging from what you've been taught by others. That's eating that fruit. And most people are looking at life objectively, so they judge. If you judge, you see it life objectively. If you don't judge, you see it subjectively. And you eventually reach that point, and then you're like the guy in, We're No Angels, who says, there are a lot of things to dislike about his cousin, but he was sure there were some great things about him too. He'd never seen them, but, he was sure they were there. And that's someone who's just refusing to acknowledge that there's nothing but bad. No. There has to be a good with a bad. There has to be. That's in everyone and everything. So I hope this helps. You're in a womb, and the amniotic fluid is judgment. And for you to escape the womb, you have to stop judging. And that's, the deep. You've been thrown in the deep. And the deep is all those beliefs. Okay? And you're not, and that's what the Bible tells us. Don't believe anything but in yourself. And that's you and your imagination. The words you speak and say, the feelings you have. Believe in yourself and believe in God. God in your heart. And that the world reflects you. Reflects you. God in your heart makes the world reflect you so that you can see what you believe and take care of it. So I hope this helps. Blessings to you. And thank you. Thank you for being you.
Quite a Christmas present.
Oh, don't misunderstand me. It's true that I never liked my cousin, only because he was not likable. He had a number of good points, I'm sure. I just can't think of any.